Hello, happy Friday. Welcome. And today you get to see my beautiful face. So I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I do not like being on camera. I do not like hearing myself recorded. But today is about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. We are in a time where everything is uncertain. So uncertainty is certain and certainty is uncertain. And this is actually something that I have been used to living in the last 5 years. And so 5 years ago, for those of you who don't know, I made the decision to leave my comfort zone, leave my family, leave the place that I grew up in and had known for 30 years of my life, to move clear across the country to somewhere completely different lifestyle, completely different people, which is New York. And it's a very different experience living in the suburbs versus the city. But I made that decision because I grew up in a glass box where everything was safe. Everything was certain and everything was safe, and I was really protected from what was going on in the big bad world. But the reality was I was still experiencing a lot of turbulence. And from the inside of this glass box, I would kind of look out and think, oh, if only I could reach that thing that someone's doing or that other thing that someone's doing. I think it could really help me get out of kind of this hellhole that I'm stuck in. And I would really push and push and push on that glass box, and I would get nowhere. And I felt just really stuck. And so I asked myself a question at that point 5 years ago that I'm gonna actually ask you today to really consider, to see, where you can go. And today, 5 years later, I'm traveling and I'm doing whatever I want, and I bought my own place, and I finally made the decision to kind of part ways with corporate America for a little bit. And a lot of people who are meeting me now are like, hey, you really got it going on. And oh my gosh, it's such a glamorous life. And I've got family members who are telling me, oh my God, how are you spending all this money? I don't understand. And what they never ask is, what did you do? What was your journey to get to this point? And so that one question that I had asked myself 5 years ago, I thought it was a very simple, naive question. And so I only gave myself a partial answer, but I really lived through a whole different life to get the real answer to that. And so the question that I'm going to encourage all of you to ask yourselves is, what is the cost of freedom? And I gave myself a very easy, quick, naive answer of, it's limitless. And it really is limitless. In the last 5 years, I have had to move away from my family, the people I love the most in this world. I moved away from home, where I grew up all my life and spent my entire life. And eventually, I met someone and it didn't work out for whatever reason. I was going into jobs, I was having it great, but something just felt wrong. It didn't feel aligned. I started getting sick, and eventually I started connecting with myself, and I started freeing myself of all those things that are uncertain, and the what ifs and the fears and all of those stories and beliefs and messages that people were telling me and I was believing and I was carrying with me year over year over a year, and I just felt so stuck. So until I got to the point where I started just letting things go, one after another after another, I created this beautiful space for myself, for all the new things to come into my life that I want, that's more aligned to who I am and who I know myself to be. So what I will ask you to do is spend the next couple of days to really think of what it feels like when you're actually free. When you're free in your health, your wealth, your relationships, your time, your thoughts, your spirits. What does it actually mean to set your soul free? Not tomorrow, not next year, today. What are those things that are holding you back that if you just let them go, no matter how hard it feels, you can be the whole you that you are supposed to be today?